Hi, Daniel Hawkins. I'm an Alliance Director for CBRE. Been working for CBRE for almost 4 years now. Looked after two different clients, Macquarie Bank, and now looking after M&G Prudential. So we went to RFP to explore what the market had to offer. We had a very strong incumbent provider who'd been working for my client for quite some time and had really started to deliver a strong service, but we still wanted to explore the market. And I had asked our procurement team to put on the list of potential vendors a small independent provider. So Artisan was tabled, and you were completely unknown to us at that time. The problem that we were trying to solve was around service approach. We were trying to create an environment where when somebody stepped away from their desk, they felt like they weren't at work. And we'd had a problem with staff turnover, absence and service consistency, which was really causing us a problem with the end users. You cared about every single question. So being the complete unknown entity to us at the start of the process, at the end of the first round where we reviewed the RFP responses, you came out top, head and shoulders above everybody else. So all of a sudden we were paying real attention to who you were and what you were about, for the fact that you were able to score so highly on services that one were unknown from you to us, and we didn't know you as an organisation. You take all of this extremely personally, but from a point and position of passion and confidence in knowing that you could solve our problems and that every single problem we had really mattered to you. For example, the catering services that we provide include a free issue service to our clients' staff in the pantry areas, and there was a big part of the tender that included responses around that, and you were the only provider, including the incumbent, that really made a big effort around what that solution could look like, knowing that could take business away from the commercial cafe that we wanted you to run. And it was that demonstration of putting the customer first and the end user really at the heart of your response that made us really buy into what you were about as an organisation. Yes, the commercials were important, but for you it was the proposition and creating magical moments and propositions that really made us pay attention to what you were about. Just you never say no. All the weird and wonderful ideas that I'd had, I knew sometimes I was getting raised eyebrows from you, but you entertained every single one of them. And you understood my vision of creating a centre for excellence in everything that we managed, and that your component around the user experience and the end user feeling was such a big part of that. And every day you were trying something different with me. You engaged at the same level and tried to delight me all the time. And that we saw the results of that. We went from a cafe that was average turning over £1,500 through to, I think you've gone over £4,000. And you know, the previous incumbent was delivering good food, but it was that consistency in service, service excellence, great coffee, and just really caring about what you were delivering has made all of that difference. We achieved a lot more than we ever anticipated. What we achieved was, as a department, it was very sensitive to the organisation that we were changing out the catering provider. They weren't doing a bad job, but they weren't doing a great job. We'd seen improvements, but it was still sensitive. And what it gave us was credibility with the business, because we made a change and we stood by that change and we endorsed it. And then the change delivered everything that we said it would. So then from that point onwards, when we went to the business around other changes that we wanted to make, how we wanted to engage with them and business partner with them, working with Artisan created a business partnership for us with the business because we had fantastic credibility around decisions that we'd made. The end user experience transformed in the restaurant and cafe space. The training, the employee engagement that you undertook, the fact that all of a sudden we weren't talking about staff, we were talking about team members and colleagues and team players. Just that subtle change in that language, making people feel empowered, and the training and the development that you gave them created a destination for our staff, or for our client staff. We have traders who can only take minutes away from their desk. And what we wanted to create was those few minutes that they had when they were stepping away from their desk up to the restaurant. We didn't want them to feel like they were at work. So your team players brought their personalities into the space, high energy, and coupled with fantastic food and great coffee, really made a destination of choice that we were really proud of. Just everything exceeded my expectation. And that's not to say that my expectations were low. You've worked with me. I have a very clear vision around what I want to deliver. But some of my expectations were a little lofty, but we got there, and we kept each other true, I think, through that journey. You advised me when maybe I was going off course. I advised you guys when you were going off course, because we were in it together. And I think for me, actually that's what really exceeded my expectations, was that we created a true partnership. And as one of the projects that I managed for my previous client, bringing you guys was probably the highlight of my time there in 3.5 years, of anything that I did with a service partner. And I still talk about it today. The main reason is to work with an organisation that really, really cares. Protective of their reputation, so will only deliver the absolute best, and will work hard to push the boundaries of what you're delivering from a service perspective, while still staying true to what your organisation's culture is all about. Is Artisan fit for purpose for everybody? No, but that's what makes you unique and special. I've worked with a number of different clients, and you wouldn't be suitable to all of them, because we wanted to work with a small independent provider that could create something really unique and special, and that's what you are. So I would recommend you to anybody that wants to have excellent service, excellent food, doesn't want to commoditize the service, and to create a real destination of choice for their staff.